Hey. I wanted to, I always say I wanted to, and I do. I wanted to share something with y'all. I wanted to just have a little, story time, have a chat with you, and just tell you about my experience with I don't want to say dodgy tenant, but I kind of feel she was. We had a scenario where we had listed our property for let, and to be fair, there wasn't very many offers on the table. It was pretty quiet, to be fair, and the agent came up with an offer from a couple, and it was the only offer that we had. So by this point, I think it had been on for a couple of months. I'm probably exaggerating when I say a couple of months. It'd probably been on like coming up to a month, but it felt like a couple of months. And this tenant, what they wanted was for us to provide a king-size bed. So the flat is listed as unfurnished, and it says it quite clearly, but I think because we were at that stage where we were getting a little bit anxious, a little bit uncomfortable with the fact that we were potentially facing a void, we were inclined to kind of pay attention to their request. So what we decided, and their request was they need a king size bed because they're both quite tall. So we decided, we're not going to get a king size bed. We will get a bed. We'll get a double bed. So we purchased that, had it set up in the room and all that good stuff. They move in, and the first thing I get, so basically the wife was in Spain at the time, and it was the husband who had done the viewing, so he had seen the property, and on that basis they had decided to proceed. So the wife, literally within like the first couple of hours of her moving in, they had a young child. She sends a message to say that the wooden flooring, so there's like real wood flooring that's been sanded and varnished, the real wood flooring, that's like a tongue twister. She's concerned that her daughter may get her fingers caught between the floorboards, so she would like for me to install carpet. And it was like, no, that's not going to happen. Your husband viewed the property, and how he viewed it is how it was let. So if you are concerned about that, then what you can do is you can put a rug down. That's entirely your call. Don't like put no adhesive on the rug. Don't fix it to the floor. But you can put a rug down if that makes you feel more comfortable. Then I get another message. There was a kid's wooden dollhouse, like quite a nice shed, that was there from when we lived there. My daughter used to play with that. She doesn't like the look of that. She doesn't like that. So is it possible to take that down? And by this point, I'm just starting to think, okay, this lady is seeming like a little bit of a headache. So I agree to her taking it down. So she breaks it down and kind of leaves it in a corner in the garden. But what I noticed, so as she moved in, what we do is we will do a inspection visit quite early into them moving into the property, and straight off the bat, she was like, my daughter could be asleep, so please can you make sure that you call before you come. And for every occasion where we needed to visit the property, this was her request: please make sure you call before you come. There was a problem with the heating, and we wanted to deliver like an electric heater, which she refused. She was like, no, don't come, it's fine, and then moaned because it was cold. And it's like, love, like, make your mind up. Anyway, cut to the chase. So it turns out this lady actually had a dog in the property, which was against the terms in her tenancy. Pets were not allowed, and that was quite clearly stated. And it kind of just made sense as to why every time we needed to visit the property, there was this whole palaver of her daughter could be asleep, so like, don't come. So yeah, it turns out that she had this pet this dog that lived in the property, and we only knew this because she had sent a picture about something else, but in the background there was this pet bowl, this dog bowl in the background. So that kind of like, you know, gave us the missing piece to the jigsaw that we just didn't have the full picture on. So it turns out they decided to terminate their tenancy early, clearly because they wanted to continue to have the dog, and that just, you know, was her going against her terms and conditions. But what she did was she decided she would leave before, there was no break clause, but it was just the way in which it was done, because to be fair, by then I kind of wanted her to go, but it was just her kind of just rude like demeanor, the way that she kind of approached the situation. We sort of discussed splitting the deposit, and she refused point blank. She wanted all of her deposit back, regardless of the fact she was breaking her tenancy before the termination date, the expiry date. So yeah, we went back and forth with her, and in the end we actually had to get the deposit protection tribunal involved, and they actually they kind of decided in our favor. That's the term. They decided in our favor. So she ended up losing all of her deposit. I was quite happy as a compromise to split it so that she got half and we got half, but that wasn't good enough for her. So in the end, she ended up losing all of her deposit, which, oh well, her bad. But I say all this to say and to just share with you sometimes, and I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but I had like an uneasy feeling in my stomach about her at the beginning. But because there weren't any offers on the table, we like proceeded with her. And that was a lesson learned. And to be fair, it was a lucky escape, because who knows how that could have like played out. She could have claimed squatters' rights or just, you know, stopped paying her rent. So yeah, it was a lucky escape. But as I say this to share with you as you're kind of getting into property or considering it. Like, you know, when you have that feeling in your stomach, and being in business, you know, it's part science, part, you know, intuition. Just like go on your gut. Like that will never lead you wrong. But also I think like on a practical level, making sure that you have a buffer in terms of finances for in case you get yourself into these situations, because then your decisions aren't going to be purely motivated by money. So the fact that you now have the mortgage to pay for, you know, if you had that kind of slush fund for voids, you would be less inclined to make a poor decision. So there are some practical things that you can do to almost mitigate making a wrong decision in haste, in an anxious condition. So yeah, I hope that my story helped you and you took some nuggets away. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you have experienced anything similar, or what you would have done in that situation. Obviously my situation has passed, but maybe you can help somebody else, so definitely leave a comment down below. Yeah, let's share and let's do better and grow and yeah, achieve all the stuff that we have set in our hearts to do, and we can do that when we all come together. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Take care. Bye bye.